All right, you guys, let's get straight to it. I am finally filing a police report. So, as you guys may know, I was out for a few days last week. I had a sub, and I let all my students know to have integrity and just put my Hello Kitty back on my desk while I'm out, and no one would know a thing. It still has not been returned. So,
Tweety Bird, Tinkerbell, Little Bo Peep, and Hello Kitty used to have people on lock. And it seems like those people grew up to become teachers. Meet D3 the teacher, a woman out of Texas who was one of those young girls who grew up to be obsessed with Tweety Bird. Made it her whole personality. And now her classroom is a reflection of just that thing. Now she's run into an issue recently where she had stepped out of her classroom for a couple of days and left a substitute in charge. But when she came back, one of her most prized possessions, a Hello Kitty Funko Pop that was very sentimental to her because it was given to her by one of her third grade students from one of her first classes, gotten stolen from her classroom.
There was 2 incidents of people stealing from me. All right, one, somebody stole my Hello Kitty collectible off my desk. I have an idea of who stole it. Now, I'm going to give you the opportunity to either tell me or to bring it back and just put it on my desk, or we're going to have to really take it there, and I really don't want to have to, but we can. Because don't come in my room violating me in my space. Also, when I give out candy, I give it out when you ask me. Don't go into my things without asking me. Now I feel violated that you guys are taking stuff from me knowing that I spend my own money on my items.
Now, clearly there's a plethora of problems to address in this situation. One, she has a huge trust issue within her own students and classrooms, and that's big. There's supposed to be a relationship and a bond that is going on with the teacher and with the students to where they can at least have some trust so that things can be left in the classroom, whether it be the teachers or the students. 2, people are stealing. Like, this isn't a small situation. I know these are probably some young and dumb kids who don't know anything, see something cute and just feel like they can pick it up. But this woman is spending her own hard-earned money. And there's 2 things we know. Teachers don't make a lot of money, and in 2025, teachers are having to spend more of their own personal funds in order to just get school supplies.
The era of teachers having to spend their own money and a significant amount of money. I mean, we looking at these stories, and I ain't seen one yet that say below $500 to $1,000 of their own money that they've spent. This lady said, I bought my own printer, my own ink, my own paper for the printer, classroom set of highlighters, pencils, dictionaries, pens. You can't do your job without your supplies. It's like asking a doctor to do surgery without the proper equipment that he needs.
So not only is this teacher not making a whole lot of money, she's then having to use what money she does make, the little money that she does make, to buy her own school supplies. And then with what extra little money she does have, she doesn't go out and go to the club on the weekends, buy expensive clothes, jewelry, new car, etc., etc. Hell, it probably wouldn't be a lot left. She does the extra mile and do things like buy candy and her own simple enjoyment of buying a Hello Kitty thing every once in a while to decorate her own room.
So it comes in this box. I just opened it this school year. I've been having it for 6 years. This is my first time opening it, and it happened in this class period. And I feel violated because why are you stealing my stuff?
Wait, it costs a lot, right?
I didn't buy it. That's the thing. One of my 3rd grade students bought this for me 6 years ago. So I collected it for this long.
Yeah, 9th grade, right?
Right. Now he's in 9th grade. And they go to this school. And I collected it since then, and I finally pulled it out this year. And I've never had any problem with people stealing from me until this class.
So it is really, really messed up that this woman can't even have these simple things in her life, and the behavioral problems in her classrooms needs to be addressed. How can she properly teach if she doesn't feel comfortable in her own place and space?
Before we get started today, you guys are going to write a journal prompt about your behavior, because one, we have a lot of behavior problems in this class. Not everybody. A lot of you guys are great, and I really appreciate y'all for being respectful. But some of us are not as mature some days, and we're going to have to stop that if we want to continue to do scavenger hunts, eat candy, and have a cool time. I want you to start really thinking about your behavior, how you can be more mature, how you can keep your hands off of my stuff unless you ask, because I give you candy if you ask. Or if I say no, I just say no.
Now, I can applaud this teacher for holding these students accountable in this situation. We've covered a lot on this channel about school and teachers and different things like that, and it doesn't seem like a lot of accountability is being delved out in 2025, whether it be from the way that these kids dress or these teachers dress, whether it be with the way that the actions are being had in school in these different classrooms or out in the public. It's good to see that there is a situation or system in which something can happen, albeit something terrible, but a teacher is doing the best that she can to hold these young students accountable for their actions. Now, Ms. D3 the teacher gives her students in the classroom a timeline, essentially. She says that you have a week in order to put the Funko Pop back, or she will be exacerbating the issue and going towards the next level. But what happens after that is something that honestly I couldn't have even imagined happening. And this is probably where I say this goes from potentially, giving these kids some accountability to taking it way too far.
All right, you guys, let's get straight to it. I am finally filing a police report. As you guys may know, I was out for a few days last week, and I let all my students know to have integrity and just put my Hello Kitty back on my desk while I'm out, and no one would know a thing. It still has not been returned. So I am finally filing a police report. So that is currently what's happening. It is a shame that I can't feel comfortable, safe in my classroom as I have over the past few years. To know that my item was stolen and not returned to me is very heartbreaking.
And this is where I feel conflicted. Now, granted, she has every right to feel the way that she feels. This woman is a teacher and has been a teacher for a very long time, has never had these sorts of problems. And finally, when she pulls out this one very sentimental Funko Pop to her, she runs into the biggest issues. She has her trust broken. Now, there were situations earlier in the year in which probably should have had her questioning her class, candy was getting stolen, etc., etc., but nothing to the extent of when she leaves her classroom to go on break for a few days, that she has to feel the need to pack up her room before she takes her 2-day, 3-day, 4-day vacation or whatever the case may be.
Okay, y'all, like, I'm not playing. I am not leaving nothing behind because I cannot trust my students while I'm gone. So you see me packing up everything off my desk because I cannot come back from being away and all my stuff is gone. Yep, I'm taking my stapler, my doorbell, my pens. There will be nothing left behind for anyone to take.
If I'm in my own house, if I'm in my own place of business, my own safe place that I've cultivated and created that makes me feel comfortable and energetic to do whatever job I have, I would be pissed off too if I had to strip down my 2 lightsabers, my mask, my lights over there, any of this equipment just because I'm gone for a couple of days. It would make me very frustrated, and I would have to figure out a way to really check my surroundings and check my people. I should be able to leave these things out without the fear of these things disappearing, or I just wouldn't have those people in this space. Now, she can't do that because she's a teacher, but that's just the way I would feel. But I do think that potentially bringing in the police in this situation is a little bit too far. There's a couple of things to note here in this situation. First and foremost, it was discovered through this whole situation that this wasn't just any old ordinary Funko Pop. If it was one that could have been replaced by going to the dollar store or, Walmart or whatever, then I think that this would be a totally different situation. We probably wouldn't even know about it. Not only is it one that holds sentimental value, but it actually holds monetary value. Yes, her student gave it to her 6 years ago in the 3rd grade, and I'm pretty sure it was valueless then. But now it's been discovered that this Funko Pop can go upwards to $300 on the secondary marketplace.
I did not know this was valuable, right? This was sentimental to me because my student bought me this 6 years ago, and I finally took it out the box this year. And TikTok informed me that this was worth a lot of money. But this is not why I care so much about this. 1, I care about it because it's mine. I don't care how much it costs. 2, it's sentimental because my 3rd grade student gave it to me 6 years ago. And 3, why are you stealing somebody else's property? And now that it has value, I can file a police report. So thank you all for that advice. I will be taking it, and I will be doing it because I mean business.
Now, $300 Funko Pop is probably the craziest thing to me in the world. But if this is supposed to be some sort of teaching moment and holding accountability moment, this should not be about the value of the thing, but the principle of the action. If you want to get the police involved, get the police involved. I don't necessarily agree with that, but fine. But do that based on the fact that there's principle involved, and number 2, you get the principal involved, which is the second thing to bring up. It seems as though she hasn't gone through the proper channels and steps because she hasn't contacted parents or principals about the situation or the matter.
No, I have not got my principal involved. No, I have not emailed parents. I don't know. No, I have not emailed parents. Parents barely check emails when we're talking about grades or behavior. So no, I have not.
She's in a big conundrum, and I get that you want to handle this as civilly as possible because you would hope that your students who are young adults, I don't think I mentioned that these are seniors in high school, would be coming into an age and a place in which they would handle things in the most professional manner. But there's a lot of assumptions going on, and to just get the police involved, I don't know if that's the correct way to do it. Sure, they get rowdy. Sure, they get disruptive. Hell, sure, they even stole candy. But you aren't even 100% certain as to who stole this thing.
Next thing is No, I do not know 100% who took it.
I do think that this teacher is trying the best that she can with what she has in her availability. Now, I do wish you would just go to the principal, escalate it to the parents before, bringing in a police report to point fingers at anybody, somebody, nobody. She said she had an idea as to who it was, but she doesn't have a clear answer as to who did the said pilfering of the Hello Kitty doll. And I can acknowledge how tiresome this may be. She should be focusing on, anything but this. I saw the letters that she had them write, and man, it doesn't look like these kids can write or read on grade level.
This one right here says the truth. I don't know how true this is, but let's read it. Okay, so my behavior in this class is mediocre because I act up sometimes, yell and cuss, but other times I be acting good and on task doing my work.
I be acting
talking
good.
quietly, focus on the project. But anyways, I had seen blank take the Hello Kitty and sell it on eBay, and seen blank take candy, but blank and blank pissed me off so bad. They annoying, and blank steal gummy bears, and blank makes me mad, and blank be, I'm not even going to say that last part.
Are these kids writing a paper to their teacher or texting a friend? That's crazy to me. The thing that's most disappointing to me is that there are so many people on the internet that are looking to castrate and crucify these children without having the full understanding as to what's going on, her classroom dynamic, what these kids have done, or even if the kids had done it. There is still a possibility that the kids did not do it and this could have been somebody else. It's the most craziest thing in the world how we're so ready to just say, screw those kids, throw them underneath the bus. At the end of the day, I can applaud her because I think that she is a good teacher. We've crucified teachers on this platform a lot for their lack of professionalism, and ultimately that's a major complaint in society today, is that teachers don't care. And it's clear that this teacher does care. She's spending her own money, she's taking out time to, find ways to do good things for the kids, whether it be through games, rewards, or whatever the case may be. And she has been, before, this situation, trying to be civil with the kids in their misbehaviors and their transgressions and different things like that. The thing I don't like is that this has gotten to this point where you're skipping steps, this chain of command, and going straight from involved parents, involved principal, let's go to the police. That's something that I'm not necessarily fond of. Ultimately, I don't think that she'll get this back, but I can say that something beneficial has come out of this. The community as a whole has come together and wrapped their arms around this teacher and shown her love and support in this time, and even gotten her some Hello Kitties and different Funko Pops in the situation, which can put a warm smile on my heart.
Oh my God, you guys, one of my coworkers just gave me the sweetest gift ever. My mind is actually blown. She wrote me a chat and asked me if I was on campus and said she's going to have a student send me something to cheer me up and make me feel better. And I was just like, what could it be? Like, oh my gosh, you guys, are you ready? Like, stop it. I love it so much. Today, a random student at my school came by and brought me a gift. She said she could not find a Hello Kitty Funko Pop, but she brought me her favorite. I do not know who she was, but she said she seen my TikTok and she bought me this.
Yeah, minus the police report portion, I am glad that we have teachers like her in society. Let me know what you guys think. A possible criminal record? Is that worth this Funko Pop? It just doesn't sit right with me.